Good evening. First, let me just say before I get started that the proposal that we were talking about is already done. So we can give you that proposal and it can be presented to a potential donor.
Right.
And we also would like to see a copy of the letter. Anyway, on to the regular thing that I wanted to say. The deplorable lack of help for cats in this town was brought about many years ago when Cayman was supervisor. My involvement in trying to get much needed help started 4 years prior. To date, not $1 has been allocated to the cats. These are innocent creatures languishing on the streets due to uncaring owners thrusting them outside and our vastly inadequate TNR program, which lets cats multiply at a geometric rate. Our town has signs everywhere, it's very apropos today, talking about not allowing prejudice. Should this not also pertain to cats, but also to their owners? 40% of all pets owned are cats. We had the necessary funds to conduct a dog park at Tully at a cost of $380,000. And if any information, if I'm wrong, please correct me. In 2019, we received a grant from the State Companion Grant Fund of $200,000 for dog and shelter improvements. We could not complete the work on time and the money had to be returned. Therefore, any work completed was done out of town funds. We've also received another grant of $200,000 in 2023 for the dog shelter. As with all other monies received, the funds go directly to the dogs. While I also like dogs and the shelter definitely needs renovations, the dogs have safety, they have food, and they're not going to be run over by cars. Let us consider now where the town spends some of their tax-generated funds, since we seem to have a problem. We don't seem to have funds, so let's see where the town's funds are actually spent. These are estimates on my part, and if I'm incorrect, as I said, please let me know. The acting town controller would not give me any information, instead telling me via email to foil it. Since we pay for these programs and they don't involve national security, I think I have every right to this information. I don't expect to sit down for an hour with somebody, but I think I have a right to get this answers to simple questions. We've had a program whereby homeowners receive $350 for doing simple plantings on their property. This is aesthetically pleasing, but what is the total cost to taxpayers of this program? If anybody has an answer, please.
That's a grant. Those refunds to people are made because of a grant given to the town.
Okay,
so that's not taxpayer funds.
Okay, all the plantings were done as a grant. Okay. The reason this is important is advocates, as I said, keep hearing there's no money for a cat shelter and improved TNR programs. Incidentally, 4 months ago, I stressed the need for at least another day of TNR. The vet is willing to do it. The cost is minimal. We estimated it about $5,500 per month. If the other RFP is outdated, an RFP should be put on the agenda. I mean, it can't be that difficult to do. The town attorney, I'm sure, is capable of doing an RFP and getting it right on the agenda. It's not going to be good to wait another 8 months. I visited last night a parking lot behind the Dunkin' Donuts in Merrick that allegedly is being redone at a cost of $800,000. A neighbor visited our booth at Harborfest and shared the story that none of the neighbors, including her, thought this was necessary or wanted it done. I don't know, was that a grant or was that town money? Perhaps someone can explain to me how redoing a parking lot is more important than saving the lives of innocent animals. So I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful parking lot. Let us also remember people get sick, they get confined to facilities and or pass away, and they want their beloved pets to be taken care of. I would also like to know about the rain barrel program, what the cost of that is, assuming that's not a grant as well. Years later, you have dirt. Barrels cost $50 after you take a class. They are also very heavy, which most women can't lift. The elderly can't lift them, and certainly disabled people can't lift them. All I can say is if our town is spending our hard-earned tax money wisely, great. If you don't believe they are, contact them, ask for change. And if they don't comply, election day is only 5 months away. Have a nice day.
Thank you.